Hello, good morning, and a happy Thursday. I'm looking forward to converting this uh the router servers over to 0.6. We have 31 errors, but hopefully it should be pretty easy. We'll find out. I'm also not looking at the guide to sort of figure it out, but maybe we should. Asetsu, hello. Yeah, I haven't looked at any official documents for this. So that makes me wonder. I bet there is a migration guide. Let's see. Go to Axum, I guess creates. Right, Axum doesn't have a website like you does. More information. To create documentation. Okay, so let's go to the repository because they have the change log. Okay, that's the same as what they have in there. Let's see. So we have changelog. Does this? Oh, right. You now live over here. I don't know. Do they have a migration guide, like an official migration guide? I'm not. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe in releases? No, not really. Okay, maybe it is in the crate documentation. They don't have it as part of that. Nope. No migrations. Okay, so we got to figure this out. Okay, so the first thing is no method named into make service. Well, that's a good first start one here. So no method named into make service found for struct router body in the current scope. The method was found router. Interesting. Nothing B. Let's see what their documentation shows for starting up the app now. So we have a router new Axum server bind. Okay, so we still do an app into make service. Which means the way we create the router is different. Yeah, that's a good question too. Why does it think that it's router body? Okay, so probably because in create routes, oh, because I had to do this to get it to work when I was creating it as a separate one. And so now, what do you return? Router new returns just a new self. And that's what I'm returning. So can I just do this? Yep. Okay. That makes it all of those errors goes away really fast. That's awesome. Okay. You're Is everything just working now? Yeah, everything the routers are just working. Okay. The app is running. Client. Okay, let's go into collections, routes. Let's test all these. So we got you 404 not found. Great. Okay, so this was a get hello world. So where's my hello world? I don't have a hello world. This wasn't here. Did I change that? Did I change the hello world and turn it into something else? Oh, I made it slash. So I should probably do hello world again like this. Oh, and you're a patch now? You should definitely be a get. There we go. Okay. Hello world from my own file. Oh, okay. Post. Mirror body string. Hello from Thunder client. I can add even more of those. Mirror body JSON. Message from the server. Hello from Axum. Message. Hello from Thunder client. Okay. Hard coded path variables. So I got 15. Path variables. So got that. Also, really curious. So for our hard body, so for these ones, if I now change the order, does that still work the way we expect it to? So you still get 15 and path variables, you still get that. Okay, excellent. Oh, you know what I want? I want 15. So you got 15. Ooh, how do I know which one this is? I should make an adjustment to that. So hard want this path variables. You got, oh yeah, okay, so let's add in like a bunch more of these. Okay, so hard coded path variables, I get that. And then for path variables, ooh, so I'm just sending it to 15 and I'm still getting all of the exclamation points. So that's not right. Okay, so it is now catching the wrong one. But I guess if I guess like it's not catching the wrong one. I guess that's not surprising. Um Oh, it is catching the right one because it's hard coded as 15, so that's overwriting. I guess I want to see whether or not I can get it to catch the ID instead of the hard coded one. That's what I'm interested in. And I can't. But if I add in like 151, then it gets to that. Okay. So that still works as expected, or at least as it used to work. Query parameters. So hello world and the ID. User agent. mirror. Okay, so we get that. User. Okay. Middleware message. Always errors. Okay, so we get our 418. Returns a 201. 200. Okay. Well, that was easy. We do have two warnings though. Right, so unused body, because we're not using that anymore. And unused patch. Okay, so I can remove those two, and we are happy with routes. Let's move on to data. So let's see, cargo add, Axum. Ooh, so that's still at 0517. Is there like a cargo add upgrade? Are there more features? I can't remember what we had before. All right, let's close all of you. Axum. Oh, features headers. Right. Okay. So 061. And then what I noticed that they need to do to get it to catch the errors is go into the project, go into main. It thinks that there's two errors right now, but there probably should be more. And then restart Rust Analyzer. Okay, interesting. So only two errors. Huh, with this one, router body is working just fine. Did I update you correctly? Cargo to TOML 061. Yeah, compiled 061. I bet we're going to get that as an error eventually. This is an error that's hitting it before. Okay. No request parts in extract. A similar name exists in this module. Request parts. Interesting. They probably moved it in. So custom JSON extract. So this is going to be request parts. So if I take you away, from request, this trait takes at least two generic arguments, but one generic argument was supplied and cannot find request part. So first of all, oh, we can't find you. Okay, so I want to because I don't think we need to do this anymore. I think now we could do impl from request or request user, implement you. Okay, type rejection. Now that we're in data, we can do this becomes an app error. So because we already have that now. So we have that. Missing generics. Okay. Yeah, look at this. So we have S, B, and M equals private via request, okay? What is the B type parameter? From request is generic over the request body, the B and request B. This is to allow from request to be usable with any type of request body. This is necessary because some middleware changed the request body, for example, to add timeouts. If you're writing your own from request that won't be used outside your application, not using any middleware that changes the request body, you can most likely use Axum body. If you're writing a library that's intended for others to use, it's recommended to keep the generic. Okay, so we can use Axum body. Okay, so that's what this is. So from request can be Axum body, and then this will be my generic. So I do. Oh, interesting. Okay, so request can be body. Interesting. Okay, so this will be S, and then the order of this is S body from Axum. Body. Okay. And it likes that. Okay. So if we come back and now implement that here. Now I'm doing this. Okay, so we need two. So this is request parts, which would be body. I do these all as one. I almost feel I want to just rewrite this because I don't need the async trait anymore. So impl s from request. So we have s, and then body, request user. We implement you, type rejection equals you're an app error. Okay, so we have this from request. Okay, so from request. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is now new. Okay, so we have the request body. Yeah, it's using all of this stuff, which means I don't need to put all that in there, which is nice. Or maybe not nice. Because this is, yeah, okay, this is adding all these stuff in, which is not as fun. So which ones would these be? These would be, because I would need S and B now. Okay. So we need S and B, where we have S and body. Type parameter B is not constrained by the impl trait, self-type, or I don't need bot B here at all. I just need that. So maybe I would want you to be B. B. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so then that makes you happy. Cannot find type request parts anymore. So this was Can't find this one. It was going to use request. I know, I know. All of these were B before, so maybe I want you to be. Okay, so if I do this as S, you become S. Do I need to limit you anymore? Let's find out. Request parts, this is body. Oh, this would be request body. It's the wrong type of request. Okay. From Axum HTTP request. Okay. Body. From request has one parameter, but the declaration and trait from request has two. From request trait, from request. Just use B instead of body. I could do that. I guess then we have to pin it down as opposed to this. So we can use B instead of body. So this has to be, I guess, no, I have to then do B here and B here. From request takes in one parameter, but the declaration and trait has two. So these are, okay, lifetimes. Request that. Is this missing a comma? No, no. This is, hey, it's just one thing. That is showing the old one. It does. Oh, maybe the documentation for that one is old? It shouldn't be. Let's go find the docs for this. Okay, so we want to go to this is the custom extractor, right? So from request. Oh, and what we were doing, was this from request parts? I did from request the entire time though. So this is from request. Okay. Oh, remove the mute, add the state. That might break. Let me see if I could find. Okay, so here's what is the B type parameter. If your extractor doesn't need to consume the request body, you should implement from request parts and not from request. But I think we are consuming the request body in this. Right? From request, we are getting the JSON user. Okay, so we're definitely using from request. Okay, here's where they show this as the method we could use. I like this more. Okay, which is I think exactly what you were saying, S2. No. And goodbye. Okay, so we're gonna do this thing. Let me undo all this fun stuff here. Okay, back to the beginning. All right, so we were doing impl S and B. So then we could do from request S and B. For request user where now this is interesting. We need to change these around a little bit. So we have B implements send plus static. So send plus static. And S implements send plus sync. Type rejection will become app error. Okay, so async from request. So okay, async function from request. Our request B state and then you are a reference to S. And then result self or self rejection. Nope. Nope. Self rejection. Okay, that's good. Okay. No method named extract anymore. For mutable reference. Oh, found for mutable reference in the current scope. Interesting. Okay. Nope. So I want to do request dot. What can I do? Extensions? Was that was extract? Oh yeah, there is none anymore. Those are there because the JSON extractor requires them. Your example does not use that extractor. Oh, is that why I had the bounds? Is for the extractor? That would make sense. Okay, so now that I have the request, so no method named extract. Found for mutable reference, mute B in the current scope. Items from the trait can only use the trait is in scope. The following trait is implemented but not in scope. Perhaps add a use for it. Use Axum request ext. Can I pull this in? Import you. Okay. This associated function takes two generic arguments, but one generic argument was supplied. Expected to. Can you give me, okay, so extract E and M. E is this from request, BM plus static, and M is static. I don't know which one it wants. This is their example too. Okay. Now request user itself. Okay, this one is B HTTP body not satisfied. Okay, so we need to add in B. Okay, so plus HTTP body. That. And send. The trait send is not implemented for B as HTTP body data required for this, but send is here. Wouldn't send make it safe? M is via request. Lifetime parameters do not match the trait declaration. This associate function takes two generic arguments, but one generic argument was supplied. So I need to give it a second thing here. Or here. Like that. But what do you want? Remove the mute? Okay. We'll take in the request like that. I mean, it didn't really change anything. Okay, so from request. Request. We do this. Now, what I want to know, maybe they have some good examples now for the new version. Examples, I want, no, not customize extractor error. I want a custom extractor, but that's custom extractor error? Maybe that'll work. Custom extractor. Oh, this one's taking in S, B, and T. Oh, okay. So you take in S, B, and T from request. They then get parts and body from the request. But then, okay, we have the body then. Oh, they put the request back together? Match Axum JSON T from request. State await. Okay, so if okay value, okay self value 0, that's, oh, that's just returning. It's just checking to see that you are JSON. Okay, but we can do Axum JSON, then the type. So that would be the request user from request and hand it the request and the state. Okay, so maybe not you. Okay, so I want to do this is going to become an okay. So let some user equals Axum JSON. Okay, so JSON what was that request user from request. We hand it the request and we hand it the state. We await you. Okay. That. Mismatch types expected and oh, and a result. Okay. This would be, sorry, it's okay. B as HTTP body data cannot be sent between threads safely. The trait send is not implemented for B as HTTP body. Data required for that. The trait send is not implemented for B as, okay, so do I need to do something like, I need to do like a custom trait for this. It's like we have send, but that's not enough. It has to be like data send. Oh, I had that, didn't I? So it was like B, um, right. It was like B data send, something like that. Okay. The trait bound. Oh, did I do that wrong? Standard error is not satisfied. Okay, so now I want B error standard error. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so B error standard error. Oh, add the B error into box error. Where, required for box standard error. Okay, so into, you can go into error there. So because it's a box, oh, here, required for B to implement into box. Oh, that's kind of hard to read. Okay, into box die and stand error plus sync plus static. Okay, so I want that. So I wonder if I can check the docs for the JSON extractor again. Uh, docs for it. Well, it doesn't. Does it really have JSON extractor? Or well, we can go to like an actual JSON. We can go look at the JSON extractor itself. This one, okay. Guess we can go take a look at it. Box error, box error is shorthand for that. Wait, where? Oh yeah, okay. So here we can see. Okay, we could just go cheat. Look at this. Here's this error into box error. Here's this data send. That's what we need to do. Is just cheat and implement this. Okay, you're happy now. We finally have the user. But we probably don't want to do this as just in let okay. We're gonna let user. Okay, so let user equals this thing. Await map error. Now I have this error. I don't necessarily care about that. So I want an app error. What's your first thing? Status code. Status code, internal server error. And then the second thing is our message. Internal, something went wrong. Please try again. Okay. That is handling this. So then we validate. So if let error errors, I probably want to do the same thing where I just do user dot validate. I'm gonna map error. Errors. I want to turn an app error. New status code. So this would be a bad request. Message. Can I turn this in to a new message? I'm using form. Okay, so format. Like that. Okay, return you, question mark you. And then okay and users. Mismatch types. Expected struct custom JSON structure request user found structs JSON. Oh, this must be slightly different. What did I do before? Did I convert this into a different type of user? Request user. No, it should be the same thing. So I grab out the user. Which is this request user. Which is this request user. Which. Okay, so from request returns result self, which should be this request user. So I should be able to do this okay user, right? Oh, because you're a JSON request user. Do I need to? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I need to do JSON user to extract you out. No. How do I get you out? Um, user dot zero request user. There we go. User dot zero. Or I could do it. I guess I could do it up here too. So here's this JSON request user. Oh, I did the user validate on this. Oh, I guess like that probably work. That probably works. If I do I could also do this here. JSON user to extract out you, and then for that. That will probably make a little bit more sense. I like this a little bit more. Okay. This one's going to be a fun one. So the big thing, I need to make sure I don't delete these. And when we go to update it, we have to go look at the JSON documentation to see how they do it in case I need to create this new error, which I think we do. It takes in this new S and B, but besides that, it's mostly the same. I'm back to 32 errors though. Oh, because now we have this into make service. So now we go to the mod. So data routes, you lose the body. Okay, now we only have a few errors in here. Okay. Unresolved import request part. There's no more request parts. So now this is used where? I don't see where that's used. Not at all on this one. Okay. Unused request ext. The trait bound function is not satisfied. Okay, so something's wrong in create task. I do have my, okay, so I get the extension database here. So we need to stop using extensions and we need to use states for this. And think maybe I have to do that too. Oh yeah, that worked for that one. So create user, we need to make sure that our JSON is the last thing. Oh, you are the last one there. Oh wait, no, you're not. This was the one we were looking at. Okay, that solved that problem. Now, technically everything is working, but we still have those extensions, so we need to switch those to a state instead to make them better. Okay, so let's look at Thunder Client though. In the meantime, so we do our hello world. Session is expired. Okay, so that's still working. Validate data. Custom extractor. That's still working. And if I leave you off, Oh, that didn't work the way we expected it to. Oh, validate length. Okay, so it assumes it's here. There we go. Okay. I bet if I put something like required there and put an option on it, it would then yell at me. Okay. I'll leave you like this so we can get that. Create task. Right, because that is not protected. So get all tasks. These are doing the thing. Get one task. We must not have a task 4. So we have a task 2. Okay. Atomic updates. Is that because 7 doesn't exist? 7 does not exist. 11 exists though. Okay. Partial update. It's good. Delete update. So if I do like 11, that's good. Login. That's good. Oh yes, there are some questions about the jots, and making sure that they're unique and different. Let's. So if I throw this in here for comparison purposes, and if I log in again, it should give me a new unique token. If it's not, then that's a problem. Yeah, it's different here. This part is different. I forget what the different parts of the jot are. I know that these are different things, but then like from these you can't necessarily forge this part. So it is different every single time. Even with the exact same data inside of it. Which in this case, there's no custom data. Okay, and then I take that and I should get something went wrong. Oh, but if I do that, I go okay. So I just had a bad error message for in the case that the bearer token wasn't good. Okay. All right. So the big one here is the custom JSON extractor. Oh, and then afterwards, we want to switch over and start using what is it called? We want to switch over and start using do something. State. That's what it is. So I got distracted because somebody sent me a message on Discord. Oh, okay, yeah. I responded to somebody in the U Discord saying, "Hey, you can use Firebase or whatever you want to deploy your app. It doesn't matter. Because it's just the dist file, the dist folder." And they were getting back to me, going like, "Ooh, okay, options opened up." Like I would hate for people to think that they have to use shuttle because they have no choice. But really, it's It's actually more choice than a lot of other tools. Okay, state. If I remember correctly, state, we're going to create. So extractor for state. Yeah, so we're going to get an app state. Here you can put configuration database connection pools or whatever state you need. So we're going to use it a lot for database connection stuff. When state needs to increment clone, for more details on why we okay, so I wonder if we have to do that or if they're just telling me that sometimes you need to do that. It'll be interesting. I bet that it will yell at me if I don't do it, but let's find out. So we're going to implement app state, and then we're going to do with state, and then just extract it out with state app state. So should be easy. Should be easy. Let's go here to mod. So here's our database connection. I think that's the, well, no, that's not. So we're doing extension database. Oh yeah, that's the only thing we really care about, is it? So we want hub struct state. We'll have database is a database connection. So I want to create that here. Okay, so we make you happy, and then this becomes with state, app state. Right, okay, so it's saying this does need to implement clone. So we need to derive clone. Right, okay, so you're saying never read. I will need to make this public so I can read it. And then, okay, so all of those other things are now going to be runtime errors. So for example, when I attempt to create a task, this will now at runtime tell me, hey, I couldn't get that. It doesn't work. So I now need to, in data, anywhere where I had extension database, I need to switch this to state, and then you are app state. That should give me the thing, right? You're surprised that with state worked? I think it's because all the other checks were runtime checks, therefore it doesn't care. The trait-bound app state connection trait is not satisfied. The other types implement connection database connection. Okay, so what did I do wrong with this? Oh, this is just state. Then I can get, okay, so this is state, and then I want state dot database like that. That's all I need to do to make this work. So, okay, easy enough. Now we're just going to go in and add this everywhere. With state transforms the router type. With state transforms the router type, but you explicitly set it the default stateless router, which I don't care about, right? Because we're just returning the default stateless router. We're doing all the mutations in there. We're not caring about it later. So yeah, it's nice. It is nice that it works. So I should probably do the with state first, and then we can go through and walk through all of our Thunder client stuff. So you're getting internal server error now. Hello world. Oh, hello world. Okay. So hello world. Get you. Why are you yelling at me now? I don't have any errors. You're not yelling at me. Oh, because of this thing. Okay, the bear token, this is giving me a 500 internal server error, which is probably not what I want. Okay, there's something going on with the the custom middleware protections. That's what's happening. The custom middleware. Where is that? That's guard. Okay, so right, now we're getting the database from this, and I want to get the oh, didn't they update this where I don't have to get the request? I think that I can now do I think that middleware is nicer now. Um I'm okay. I want to just try recreating this really quickly. So if I have pub async function guard, and we're going to return a result of a response app error. I guess I still need the okay, I still need the request. So I need the request. Request. Okay, so I still need T. Okay, so I do that. And then at the end, we do an okay. Request response, I think. Oh, sorry. We still need next in here. Next is next T. Okay, so this is next dot run pass it request, and then await. Okay. With state transforms the router type, but you explicitly set it to the default stateless router. Yeah, that does make it interesting. I wonder if wonder if that's a bug or if that's purposeful. Yeah, so with state returns this router, and this router, yeah, is that. Huh. That that is a surprise. Huh. You just don't see how the function you use to create routes works without an error. But it clearly works. And it can't be them because it's the Rust type system that's really not causing a problem. It's not like I accidentally created this as a generic. Yes, this is what happens when I hover over with state. So takes in a type S2 and returns that. But S2 is not used here. That must be what the previous router was. It sends it returns router app state, but your function doesn't actually return that type. It should fail to build, but it's not. And it worked because I was able to get the state and it worked. Because you're still running. So if I for example just let's run this again. Yeah. This is compiling and running. Something else is going on. I do wonder about this type S2 because the state is S and it's returning this type S2. And so it makes me think that the S2 type being passed into it must be the other state. Must be what we expect it to be, which is stateless, nothing. That's the only thing I can think of. And this S2, yeah, interesting. But I don't, yeah, I'm with you. I don't really understand it. You guess you read it wrong. You thought it took an S2, so it must be doing some magic to hide it. Well, I mean, so with state registers a generic S2 and then it returns the router of this type S2, which then also matches the endpoint here. So that must something in there is where that's going on. Okay. Anyways, we're in guard. I want to rewrite this before the end of the stream if possible. I want to see what's different about all this stuff. Cuz like I vaguely remember that I can now just do other things in here, but I don't know if that's true. So like can I just do like state state app state? Oh, that's fun. Let's go look at middleware. So applying middleware, writing middleware, we're going to use from function. You don't intend to publish, so we're going to use from function. Yeah, look at this. Okay, my middleware, typed header, query, request, and next. Oh, they do this first. You could add more extractors here, but the last extractors must implement from request, which request does. Okay, so order problem. I need to put my state up top. Maybe. You're still upset. From function guard, the trace tower service request is not implemented for this. Oh, do I need? Okay, no, I have T. Okay, response app error. Response app error. You should be good. So it's the route layer. Okay, so that's route layer middleware from function my middleware. That should still work. Can I not do? Okay, I want state in middleware. Okay, so be an async function, take one or more extractors as the first arguments. Oh, from function with state or not that explicitly passes the state. Maybe. Take one or more extractors as the first arguments, take next b as a final argument, return something that implements this, run extractors. Yeah, that might work, right? I wonder if I need to clone app state to manually put into that. So middleware, accessing state in middleware. How to make sure state available to middleware depends on how the middleware is written. Use Axum function from function with state. Okay. Okay, so with you, so this one from function with state.clone. State is the app state, my middleware. Okay, it's literally that. And then we have state. Okay. Okay. So you're right. We have to do that. So inside of mod. So middleware, this is from function with state. The state, okay, so the first one is state. This is app state.clone and then the guard. Now there's no more errors anymore and we're good to go. So we can come back to guard again. Okay, so I think what that means is we can come back up to here. Turn you off. Okay, so we get to do state 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 state. Okay, so other things. So token. This comes in as part of the request, but I'm really doing this to get the headers. So we can get, oh, this is a typed headers. So I want, what is that? Header, extractor. Was there not a derived macro that lets you access the database connection as a state instead of the full app state? There might be. There might be. And that might be something good to go like back and forth on to sort of find. Okay, so I forget how to get the headers. I want routing source routes. This is a typed header. Read middleware custom header. I want mirror user agent. Oh, so it's just typed header like this. So I want the equivalent to that. So you are the token. So typed header is authorization bearer. That with a comma, please. Import you. Token. So I don't think I need this anymore. The sum token. Oh, this is the authorization bearer. Okay, so I need token dot. Oh, to owned to get it out. Or this 0. I need this 0. Oh, is it because it may not exist? Hold on. That token equals token dot. Okay. Oh, it's token like this. And that gives me a stir. Okay. Got it. So I want token like that. You probably want to owned here instead of clone. Okay. Database connection is the state. So database connections, this is going to be just state dot database. Okay, token is this. I'm using that in 2 different places. So let's do let token equals token dot token. That's a stir. Okay, so I can just do to owned like that, and now I don't need that anymore. Okay. User. So user is find one. Okay, so we pass in the database. We get all that stuff. We're happy there. Is valid. Same user model. Return this. Okay, you're happy there. Okay, so I'm inserting this into the request that should probably be exactly the same still. And we run you. Okay. So guarding should now work again. Where's my Thunder client? Hello world. Okay. So there we go. Your session has expired. So the guards are now working again. I would assume that if I log in. What? Oh, missing extension. So I have to fix all those. I'm running late though, so I think we have to finish this up tomorrow. Let's see. Was there not a derived macro that lets you access the database connection as a state instead of the full app state? Possibly. I vaguely remember seeing that also, but I don't remember where I remember seeing that. I know where. That was in Axum here. So in releases. No, not Axum extra. 060. You want to find state. Use router with state to provide the state and get a router that back. Oh, look at that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so then so with state handler. Okay, that's just app state again, getting from there. If you have multiple extensions, you can use fields on app state and implement from ref. Right, I could derive from ref on this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I can derive from ref on this. So for this, we get from ref. But you're not, okay. I think there must be a feature for this. Probably macros. There we go. Yeah. Wait, no. Never mind. There we don't go. Import now. Okay, good. So then we can go to, what was this? Like logout, extension database. So I want this to be state database is no state app error. No app state. Like that. Okay. So if I do that, then the trait bound app state connection trait is not satisfied. The following other types implement trait, connection trait, database connection. Oh, this is still an app state here. Wait, what else do I have to do? Oh, I literally just do state database connection like that. Oh, okay. All right, that works. Cool. So a few more things we have to check out before I feel comfortable recording the video for it. So we'll see if I get to the video tomorrow. If I do, that'll be really nice. I assume that it's going to be a longer one because this is like a pretty big thing. And then we'll move on to the project. So probably project next week. Anyways, with that, thank you all for hanging out with me today. I feel good about this this sort of migration to 0.6. I'm happy with it. I think it's gonna make the middleware stuff a lot easier. I like that a lot more. The yeah, well, I'll talk more about it tomorrow. So anyways, have a great rest of your days and see you next time. Bye. Yes, Epic Blarg. Sorry about that. Anyways, well, have a good day. Like, hello and goodbye.